putting the pressure on as he starts to close the gap down onto the back end of Visser. And is that Tate Bishop just ahead? Yes, it is. Tate Bishop just ahead there of Charles Visser.
Yeah, Michael Stephen putting pressure on Robbie with Julian right behind him. So nice three-way battle at the moment for P1. And yeah, they must remember they do have a three-time what was GDC champion in the mix there. So
exactly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he tries to pass Robbie.
Don't take away the three-time GDC champion, but also, of course, I think it's about 17 national titles that Michael Stephen holds in his own right. So he certainly knows what to do. There is a troubled car on the sideline heading to the top of the hill. Just missed it on the timing monitor there being on our screen with that graphic, but we might pick up on him as these cars make their way towards him. So Robert Volk and Michael Stephen in formation flying there for the InvestChem and WCT team. Their teammate Rado Nettel in the Golf 8 GTI. I think Michael Stephen probably not going to be worried too much about scoring points here. Maybe just wants to show what he's still capable of doing. But he might have also some team orders there to run sort of the tail gunner role to keep the rest of the field at bay.
Yeah, he might. You'll have to see later in the race. It looks like he's at the moment he wants to pass. But if we go to Super Cup, Charles has dropped to third now behind Dominic Diaz. So yeah, still in the mix, and John is right up behind him. So yeah, hopefully we have a nice little tussle here for P1.
Yeah, Jason Campos was a welcome return for him. We haven't mentioned him earlier on, but he is in the mix there and just tucked in behind Jonathan Mafotsi. So the two Campos brothers back in full race effect. As another lap is completed here for the touring cars. That is Keegan leading out, Charles Visser diving on the inside, trying to find a line through there on the Chemi machine. But Dom had him covered. And then you can see Jason Campos in the turn one car ahead of Tate. And then we see Jonathan Mafotsi. So Mafotsi battling a little bit to find a way back through on Tate Bishop after that little first lap incident.
Yeah, I think so. But Michael Stephen definitely putting the pressure on Robbie. So I don't think he's settling for second. And interesting, we've got all the German brands in the top three. So yeah, a little bit strange. Toyotas were right up at the front last season, and this season they're having a little bit of a struggle early on. So yeah, let's see if they can maybe make a comeback.
I chatted to Michael van Rooyen about that actually, and he said, you know, the change up to the hatchbacks wasn't quite expected to be. They lost a little bit of the pace that they got from the sort of the saloon car version, which Pretorius of course is in. He said that the hatchbacks sort of battle a little bit with some downforce issues on the rear end of those cars. Speaking of the rear end, also picking up on the only master out there, of course, for Team Perfect Circle, that's Andre Besaidman, also making a welcome return into the Super Cup class.
Yeah, definitely, and coming in with a new livery as well, Perfect Circle livery, and it looks fresh and fantastic. So I love the look of that car, and nice to see him back.
Using it basically for a bit of rubbing of the rust and getting rid of the cobwebs for hill climbing 3 weeks' time. But needless to say, still in with a chance of a Masters victory here. He's the only master in that class today. Change up here as well as we see move up from Julian van der Button to second and Michael Stephen down to third. And that might be just Michael hanging in there going, okay, you two boys are my teammates, you go and fight it out. There's no team orders for you. My team orders are to keep the rest of the Toyotas behind us.
I think you got that spot on. I think Julian showed good pace, and obviously, although he's teammates with Robbie, he's entitled to take the fight to him. You know, he also wants to win a championship, so Michael just letting him go to try and do that.
And we speak about Michael Stephen's experience, but let me tell you something. Julian van der But's had a huge career on his hands as well. You know, being international single seaters for a long time. Formula 1600 champion as well in his own right, so knows what to do in a race car, and of course wants to sort of turn his luck around here, I think, with the fastest lap being put in the GTI now.
Yeah, for sure, and it looks like this season something's just clicked and worked for him. He seems to be right up there this season compared to the previous season. Not that he wasn't fast, he just looks a little bit more composed and fresher and a little bit more patient.
No, he certainly looks comfortable in the Golf GTI, that's for sure, I have to say. I saw that yesterday in practices as well. Ooh, out of shape, Jono. Where are you going, boy?
Yeah, pushing just a little bit too hard there. I think he's probably just a little bit frustrated to find himself in the position that he's in. Yeah, obviously having some difficulty to try and get through.
No difficulties there for Keegan Campos. Dom Diaz, Fisser, then it's Jason Campos. Campos through now on Bishop. So Tate Bishop now trying to come back at Jason, trying to find a way back at him as they go into the S's. We're watching Mahotsi behind that as well. He's got Calvin Diaz right on his tail, so pressure is certainly on. Haven't also mentioned the fact return of Tata Carello. There he is, just in the shot there. The pink and purple sort of light blue livery heading to the top of the hill towards Leerkop as the touring cars start another lap.
Yeah, also great to see Calvin back in the field. Racing with his brothers.
I just mentioned that as well. The man behind him in the 27 car, JP van der Walt, missed the first race due to an injury. And he's also doing the same thing as what Andre Besaiden is doing for Team Perfect Circle here. He's getting some seat time in the car to make sure that he's ready to go for possibly 4 out of 4 wins in the road car class at Hill Climb in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, he's definitely got a nice streak of the Hill Climb, and it'll be great to see all these guys continuing the Super Cup series for the rest of the season. Making for some great racing today.
I just love the fact there's 16 of them, mate.
16
It's just brilliant. I did hear sort of via Rion, I kind of got him on the spot last time as he joined me in the commentary booth last time in Cape Town, that there are potentially a couple more starlets that are on the cards, and some customers that are looking to buy those starlets to come and be part of Super Cup. And that's exactly what we need, just to boost the field even more.
They've got a pass.
Oh, change up for the lead. Oh, there we go.
Van der Walt takes the lead.
Van der Walt hits the lead, but he's on the outside of a very tricky left-hander at the bottom end of the mine shaft, but it becomes the inside for Crocodile. So, no, wasn't able to make it stick. Had a big look though.
It'd be great for me if VW can take this win.
yeah, you're shouting out there big time.
I'm shouting out for Julian in this one. Go VW.
Alright, so it's a VW fan on our left-hand side here. As he comes on the inside, he's got the inside line.
What a great move.
That is a good move.
What a great move.
Forces Robbie onto the Esport line, and comes out and crosses the line first time with Van der Walt at the front end of the field. Is he quickest on that lap? No, Michael Stephen I think might have been quickest. So we're in for an epic finish to this one. Still hanging on to that inside line, looking for a chance. Rob Volk tries to cut back and look at a slightly different line going into Crowthorne. Wow, this is the way we start things out here for SA touring cars and the the Super Cup cars combined. And it's Julian van der Walt who hits the front for the first time, and now he's there. He wants to try and secure that lead.
Yeah, I think of the passes I've seen in the SATC series this year, for me, that's so far pass of the season.
Yeah.
Great manoeuvring to the last corner. And
he kind of set things up coming out of Westbank or out of Leerkop.
Yeah, I think he caught Robbie napping there. Robbie was had already looked in the rearview mirror, looked forward, and when he looked again, Julian was sticking his nose up there, and he didn't really have much to do.
And he's pulling slightly as well, then, Kenny.
Yeah, he seems to have great race pace in this race. So yeah, he looks comfortable, composed, like we mentioned, and yeah, coming into his own.
Wants to try to come back here. Jason Campos coming out of Yuxcan Barbecue. Tate Bishop behind him. Calvin just in the background. Then Tata Carello. JP van der Walt, the Platinum Wheels machine going through there, just ahead of Cara Hill.
Yeah, I think we missed the pass there because I see Jono's managed to get past Tate Bishop.
Yes.
And yeah, he's now on the bumper of Jason Campos.
Trying to find a way through there on that turn 1 car of Jason Campos. That's not an easy man to get past in this category either. Both himself and his brother, seasoned campaigners in their own rights in various formats of motorsport. But they certainly did find a really nice niche here in Super Cup when they were in full time, and it looks like they might be back full time here now as well. The 2 turn 1 cars and Campos transport machines.
Yeah, nice to see them back.
Up to the top of the hill there, you can see Tato ahead of JP van der Walt. First time we see him in full flight up into Leerkop. And as I said, it's just good to see him behind the wheel of the car, dusting off those cobwebs, making sure that all the injuries that were done. Jono, massive pressure. I don't think he backed off there. He was flat.
Jono is on rails at the moment. He's really trying everything. Definitely got a lot more pace than Jason at the moment.
I think Jay's days are numbered there. Let's see if he can pull a bit of a Julian van der Walt on us here into the final corner. No. Not quite close enough there is Jason Campos.
Jason
but he runs wide.
Runs wide. There's pressure.
So that's enough.
Pressure there. Maybe some cobwebs.
Yeah, possibly.
And Jono's made that position happen. So P4 up to 4th. Nice comeback drive.
Yeah, nice comeback drive there. Tate Bishop's going to try and capitalise as well. You can see looking for a chance to maybe spoil the day there for Jason Campos even more as they head down towards Crowthorne. As they come out of Crowthorne, a little bit of a change up there, but not able to make it stick. 2 PM still sitting 2nd and 3rd, so it's Fanavat dictating the pace up front.
But we've also got Anthony Pretorius, 4th place, that's closed on them, so he's very close to that battle. So too much fighting, and Toyota is on the back bumper of Michael Stevens. So I'm sure Michael Stevens will try to help his teammates up front to keep that Toyota at bay, but
Fanavat looks like he's on for the win here, but
he's driving really well today. So let's get through the exit out the corners. Not sure how many push to passes they got left.
And 1 to go.
The last lap.
Danielson sitting here on the edge of the seat going, can we get a GTI victory? Oh, the BM's going to spoil his day. Tate Bishop using the push to pass as they go to the top. In fact, trying to close things down there on Diaz. The two of them trying to get onto the back end once again of Jason Campos and Mahotsi. And I think there might have been a little push to pass there as well from Robert Volk as he come in and had some fun to close that gap down on his stablemate.
Junior just needs to keep the lap clean, don't make any unnecessary mistakes. Doesn't need to push, he just needs to make sure that Robbie's not going to make a move on the inside anyway.
Looking at the way things stand there, you picked up on the fact that it's the 3 German brands out front, GTI versus BMW, 1, 2 and 3. The leading Toyota is the non-factory car from OMP and SATC colours on the side of that one, coming out of Fast Developments. Anthony Victoria is doing an amazing job there in 4th place to keep out Michael van Rooyen, the champion Saud Variawa, and Natim Samanga, who I thought from the initial stages yesterday and on Thursday looked like he might be in contention for a win here.
Yeah, obviously, you never know what the teams are doing in practice days, when it comes to quali, and they unleash the real pace. So, definitely got some work to do there.
To change things around there, but of course we do have a slightly different format for race number 2 later on. But heading down into Crocodiles, Fanavat has kept it clean. He's kept it about 2 car lengths ahead of Robert Volk. It's going to be WCT 1, 2 and 3. But Daniel, I'm going to just say to you, listen, can you give me a couple of numbers tonight for the lotto, man? Because you called us to perfection.
I think Julian really deserved that win. Really worked hard for it, and superb performance. 1, 2 and 3 there with his teammate Bolt and Michael Stevens behind that. And of course, Michael Stevens substituting for Andrew Schofield this weekend. And once again, we send our condolences out there to the Schofield family for the sad loss in the week. But it's not done yet because we've still got to get our Super Cup class there. And Tate Bishop inside of Jason Campos coming onto the mine shaft. Yeah, really trying one in the last lap. Jason just seemed to lack that pace in this race.
It's the best finish here for Diaz, second place in Super Cup.
Fantastic pace in the race today.
Dominic Diaz he's also kept his wheels clean and nose clean in terms of the action. Charles Visser kind of going to try and hang on to what would potentially be, I think, championship lead if he finishes in 3rd here. So
I think Keegan Campos will maintain that championship.
Oh no, he will. Yes, no, he will.
Charles will
close the gap
to 2nd in the championship.
Yeah, move up to 2nd. Nice run there from JP Fannevalt as well, as I said, just shaking off those cobwebs, down in 16th overall. But we'll finish up in the top 10 for Super Cup in the Platinum Wheels machine, just behind Tata Corella. Good friends and good mates off the circuit, but of course arch rivals on it. And that's a lot of the time what we see in our race action that we've got at Extreme Festival. There's lots of arch rivalry, but it's left on the track and left to be sorted out amongst the competitors when they're out there. Good run for Keegan Campos.
Yeah.
Dominic Diaz, best finish for him, and Charles Visser for 3rd.
Yeah, Dominic Diaz, I think driver of the day in the Super Cup so far. Fantastic result. Great pace hanging on to the leader as well, and our championship leader. So great job by Dominic, and it would be interesting to see what happened in that first lap.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't catch it, but
the first 2 corners there. But
Brad Liebenberg going missing literally into barbecue for the first time. we didn't quite pick up exactly what happened, but we might have picked it up for the TV show. Remember, we've still got the post-production to come, and we might get that action either from onboard or from our cameraman, because all of our cameras, of course, are recording the action that happens, even though we might not go to that action at that point in time on the live stream. Remember, we do have a post-production show that goes out in about 2 weeks' time, and Astron Polo Cup, the SA Touring Cars, and Investigator Formula 1600s make up that post-production show on Ignition. So hopefully we'll get that. We'll show that in that show.
I'm going to go check some footage now and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm going to ask you to bring some. If you're coming back later, bring me something to eat, Brooke, because we don't even get a chance to have a pee here. But there you go. Up next, it is Extreme Supercars driven by Dunlop, and we'll be back shortly here from Kyalami and the Extreme Festival.